It was like 20 beats per minute. So like that whole ending, it's just like as low as it could possibly go on the computer for the sake of tracking.
Just for the sake of trying it, like let's just see what happens. When you make music that makes people laugh, it's nice. Mm-hmm. Make people laugh when it's so like just
so ignorant. They hear it and they're like, all they can feel is just laughter right away. It's like, oh, okay, they did it.
Use EMG pickups because they help you get the heaviest tone possible. Head over to emgpickups.com and use my promo code HEAVY at checkout and get 15% off. And then once you write the heaviest song of all time, head over to distrokid.com/VIP/Garza and save 30% off your membership to get all your songs on all streaming platforms. And now to the heaviest podcast of all time. What is that mechanism?
This is a Puffco.
What's a Puffco?
It is a electronic dab rig.
Okay.
And fucking, it has gotten me through so much shit.
So it probably helps you go to heaven, I assume.
Something like
more
that.
like a purgatory.
It's barely noon. Dave's busting out the thingamajigs. The doohickeys.
And it's dead!
No!
Oh, where's the USB charger?
Oh my! Is it dead really?
It's really dead.
It stayed dead for a while.
We have
in the
4 of
storage.
these.
Well, that might be a sign. Maybe you guys just going to stick with the. We have 3. You have a
We
pipe.
got the flower.
You have rollers.
We got the flower.
Still though, dude, I feel like every time though, like me in particular, I would go to hit this. Like
Yeah.
every day, every time it's about to get broken out, he's like, yo, here, hit this. Fucking dead. Every time. Every time.
That might
Telling
be-
me I'm not allowed to smoke, I guess, today.
It's the tour curse.
That's what I call a sign.
Down bad.
You guys need to go back to just the OG. Just
We don't like digital
Rolls.
shit anymore. We do analog.
I'll
see?
just put some fucking diamonds on the fucking bowl.
oh my goodness.
Hybrid.
Well, dudes, I gotta say thank you real quick because this is actually a big moment. I don't like talking about myself on this thing. I try to make it about the guest, but this is a big moment for me personally because this is like a dream come true where like a band comes back and hangs out and just hangs.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
This is like what I've been wanting to do for like a long time. You're like you guys, Science of This Form, are the first like returning band, and
Dude, that's so fucking tight.
It's crazy, man.
So we're the first band to smoke you out and the first band to like fully return as a unit.
Yeah,
I love that.
I was like, they're not gonna come back ever.
Dude, fucking, literally, I was bugging fucking Brad. I was like, yo, you need to figure out if they're going to be off Chaos and Carnage so, like, we could fucking get into Garza's fucking place and fucking just burn down and chill, dude, you know?
Thank you.
Fucking,
Thank you, man.
it was such a good time, you know?
You ever had like a thought and you're like, and then that thought becomes real? You're like, wow, I was thinking about that. Actually, like now it's like reality.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, every day that we do this shit is
Yeah.
that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, all these venues and stuff you show up to, they're like places I've heard about my whole life and seeing other bands play their video. We just played the Palladium. That was like
Dude, how was that?
That was a dream
yeah,
come true.
growing up
Crazy.
watching the DVDs, like Killswitch DVD and shit. and
This
selling
whole
it out
tour,
and-
even like
Yeah.
from my first tour with the band, all we were talking about was like, damn, one of these days we're going to be out with Whitechapel. One of these days we're going to be out with Whitechapel. And I mean, well, shit, we're out with Whitechapel.
Very surreal.
Oh wait, now we're out doing it. It's crazy.
Literally, man, like 15-year-old me would never believe I would be out here doing this. Honestly, like
Fucking me
listening
either,
to fucking Possession and shit, like being young, like covering their shit in like 2011, like now just to be on the road, like, what's up? How you guys doing today? What's good?
Right.
Like
Dude,
just
what a trip.
normal people,
Yeah.
man. It's fucking crazy.
being
Yeah.
in this room, seeing all this sick shit. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been a big change, and you guys been here last. It's cool.
Yeah, fucking, it got really decorative, man. Fucking
This
making
the-
it feel homey, you know?
Trying it. This is the first one where we got the Christmas tree up and going.
Festive.
I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
I was like,
Okay.
I want Signs to get high and just trip out with this
Christmas-
fucking Christmas tree right here.
So if I
Christmas
zone
in
out and
May.
I just like get lost,
It's fine.
It's your fault.
It's like, is he in heaven or is he in his fucking personal purgatory? Who knows?
Bobby.
You know. Well, today I met Carl. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Was this your first tour?
So this is my first tour with the band. I've been around the block a little bit here and there, but I met the dudes about a year ago in another band I was touring with, and just kind of worked out, like staying in touch with the dudes, and now here I am with them a year later. It's fucking crazy, man.
It's crazy. How'd it come about?
Literally just keeping in contact over the past year, like on socials and stuff like that. Just being cool with the guys, and kind of like as a joke one day randomly, like I was stoned at my house one night, and I was like,
Good
"Yeah,
start.
you guys, yeah, literally, if you guys ever need a fill-in, like hit me up." I texted Bob on the side because I saw our friend was filling in with them for a show, and I was like, "Damn, they really called him, but they didn't call me. Fuck, I got to get on the radar now, man." And I just reached out kind of like jokingly, and then get a call. I'm sorry, like 20 calls from David one night at like midnight. Dude, seriously, like no exaggeration,
calls.
like so many calls. I woke up in the morning to. I'm like, yo, I haven't talked to this dude in like forever, honestly. Like I always
how it
just
is.
talk to Bob, and I'm like, oh, something's wrong, something happened. And I call him in the morning when I'm like working at my job, and he's like, yo, you want to like try out for us and like, you know, get it going and see what happens? And I was like, yeah, sure. And here we are. Tried out, sent a couple videos in, and got the gig.
He had some tryout videos like iPhone.
Literally, like the
great.
worst, like one take quality.
That's
just
the best way to do it.
shittiest guitar man on it.
People don't get
It's
it.
funny, man, because we were looking for another guitar player. And he just like, you messaged me, and I was like, I didn't even answer you for a couple of days. I was like, how does this guy know? Like, because Carl just has this. We're like connected. We have this. He has this sixth sense. Like, we did a tour together last year. Every time we were smoking, Carl would show up. Like, no matter where, we'd be 3 blocks away from the venue going to get food. All right, we're going to light up. We're away from everybody. And he'd come walking around the corner like, what's up, guys? How's it
Bro,
going?
that one time we were walking to Cookout, fucking, he
Yes!
just walked in the opposite direction. and
that
we were
was
just
Rodeo
like,
Goat. I remember.
That Rodeo
Yeah.
Goat,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I remember. We had literally
Yeah.
just sparked the fucking joint. And we're like, all right, let's get ready. Rodeo Goat, hell yeah. Wait, is that Carl? Motherfucker.
So, yeah, this dude just shows up. He has this thing, this amazing ability to show up right on time when he's needed.
My spidey sense are tingling,
Yeah.
man. I smell it, and I'm like, oh shit.
So he hit me up, and I was like, "Oh, like, I'll get back to him." We were busy, and then I was like, "Oh, like I don't know what's going on, but I'll let you know." And then a couple months later, we were like in and out of the studio, and I'm like, "Man, I really want to find somebody." And one of my other buddies, his name's Kyle from a band called 156 Silence. He was like, "Have you asked Carl?" I'm like, "No, I really should." And Carl just came through, killed it.
Dude, it was actually funny because, like, Bobby calls me. He's like, how do you feel about Carl trying out? And I was like,
Got to ask a question really subtle.
how do you
feel about this guy?
Because, like, I knew him as a
guy
bass
sucks.
player. You know what I mean? Like,
Fuck that guy.
I knew him as a bass player, dude. You know what I mean? And I was just like, Carl? Can he even rip, dude? You know what I mean?
even rip? Does he even go here?
Yeah.
But he rips.
But he rips fucking hard, dude.
We had a bunch of videos from a lot of people, and just
His shined over everybody's.
yeah, we just got
Truly.
along.
Really?
And also,
It's
we
fun,
toured
man.
with him in the past. We know
Yeah, we knew he
course,
busted
yeah.
his ass and
See,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, here's the thing: is that these motherfuckers, they didn't tell me. They were talking about it, and then a couple weeks went by because at the time we were talking to it like I don't know, what was it, 6 people?
No, it was
Yeah.
more than that,
It
dude.
was maybe, but like
You
I know
don't
some people expressed interest and then kind of pulled back because they had other things going on. They weren't able to commit to our really demanding tour schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I forget how it came about, but someone told me that we were talking to Carl. Like, oh no, I remember. I was at my mother's house, and Dave's like, "All right, we had a video. Mike, I need you to see this. You're never gonna guess who this is." And I'm like, "All right, who?" I get the video, open it up, and I see Carl. I didn't even watch the video. I just started calling Dave. I was like, "Carl,
This guy?"
I was like, no, I was shocked, but they're both right. Carl's takes just completely outdid everybody else.
Wow.
It wasn't just that. For me, a big thing that really made Carl stand out was that he went through, what was it? How many guitars? Just to find the right fit.
Dude, like fucking
weren't
4.
These weren't beaters either. I mean,
Next round. Next round.
these weren't beaters either. These were like Ibanez's, a Music Man, like other expensive instruments, and he just like one would come, one would go, just at this big circle until he finally settled on the ESPs playing right now.
2-week process, honestly. Like I had like 5 guitars. I was like, I'm not happy with this. This is cool, but I don't know about this. Do I play 6? Do I play 7? I don't know what the band wants. Dude, fucking, I'm still freaking out about it right now. I don't know what I want to fucking play anymore. But yeah, it's been cool, man. It's really small world, honestly. Like just being on a tour with them a year ago, and then like, hey, try out for us, and now I'm here, man. It's fucking awesome. Like, seriously.
That's rad. I mean, it's wild where like the universe will take you, man.
Dude,
it's
seriously,
weird. Like,
man.
you know, imagine like last year, would you picture yourself, imagine yourself like, wait, I'm gonna be in Science of Swarm about a year from now.
Dude, no, I thought I'd still be playing bass right now, man, because I put down guitar for a bit because I had a cool opportunity, so I played bass, and then I was like, damn, man, like, I'm not in my groove, dude. I'm not playing guitar. Like, this is weird. And then, all this happened, and it's like just right back to my roots, man. It's really, really weird, but like cool.
It's great. I was watching videos of the show last night because you guys were in LA last night, and it looked great. It looked like you were already, you know, in like a flow.
Dude, honestly, it was like that like day one. Like, we've only had like 2 practices before we actually played our first show, or like 3 practices, something like that. But like just already the vibe, like we've been doing this for a while already. Like, it's just, we're fucking locked in. We're back, dude. Like,
We're so fucking back.
saying that.
We're so fucking back.
Yeah.
it's cool though. It's very refreshing to be in a group with, you know, people that are held to higher standards, and everybody just gets their shit done, but also goofs off and smokes weed and hangs out and has a good vibe, but also just gets shit done. We need to.
We want to be formal, but we're here to party.
Yeah, it's a balance between them both, you know. Like,
Exactly.
and especially like, I mean, your music is very demanding as far as like playing level. So that, I mean, the fact you guys could find someone that's you vibe with, but also still play the damn thing, you know. And I was Michael, I was watching a video and I didn't know that you play those songs with your fucking fingers, dude.
Dude, yeah.
What? How do you do? I was
Fingers
like,
McGee.
I was looking at my. Is he playing with the pick? Are you dying?
I feel like, no. Sorry, I was laughing and I choked on the smoke pad. But yeah, I'm a fingerstyle bassist. So I actually did start with the pick, you know, just because you're playing metal, and I hadn't developed the strength. So I thought, you know, not that playing bass with a pick is easier, but, you know, for someone at my skill level when I was, you know, just starting out, it was easier. But I must have been 18, 19 in college. Was seeing this girl, and her brother was a bass player, right? And he said real bass players don't use picks. And I was like, all right.
Who says that?
Fuck you. I'll be
That's
just
an
as
attack.
good without them. And this is right around the time I was getting into death metal, like, you know, Cannibal Corpse specifically. So I started watching Cannibal Corpse bass player videos. Alex Webster, he's God to me. And his 3-finger
Top tier.
technique
The
is...
three.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I just started doing that. Believe it or not, the best exercise I would tell any bass player who wants to play with their fingers, learn the pattern to bleed by Meshuggah and just do that. Like,
Oh wow! How?
it's all back and forth. It's just dun 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 dun
Next thing you know.
dun.
Am I ripping bass right now?
Yeah.
Dude, are you out? Am I in?
Let's go.
R.I.P. Mike.
Dude, that's a great pointer because it's such a like. That's so It's simple but not simple.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very simple pattern at its root, demanding, but like once you get the rhythm of it down, you know, you can keep playing that. It'll build up strength, and then eventually, if you want, you can switch to another one of the patterns, which is what I started doing. Because
He's got it on the screen.
look at that.
Oh yeah. He's doing the 3.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know, just like this dude right here.
Oh.
It was actually,
Okay.
I saw a video, it was Decapited's old bass player who was playing it, and the tone this guy had on his bass, I don't know what it was, but either way, I saw his technique. This cover right here, this guy goes crazy right there, yeah. Nazim, no, the one at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, that's our friend Daniel.
Daniel also is an excellent bass player, so if you see this, Daniel, I love you.
You know?
I chat with him on Facebook sometimes.
wow.
I don't know him
Sick.
personally, but I love you. You're a phenomenal bass player.
I don't think Mike was with us, but he flew out to meet us in the UK when we first went there.
Oh wow, he's ripping, dude.
Yeah, this guy crushes
Yeah.
it. He's wearing the MIT shirt too. Like,
You can tell he's just a killer, dude. No emotion, you know? It's the best.
You know you could rip and you do a riff like that, and there's no expression. Like
Yeah,
like you know
exactly.
you're like that good. Dude, that's okay.
but yeah, no, that's
That's great.
rewinding back to the core of the topic. Yeah, that is what really just helped me develop the you know, the forearm strength and the stamina to keep going. And you know, I did that for a couple years, and it just felt better. I feel like I have more control over where I want to go. if I want to incorporate something slap wise, you know, I've got more flexibility to string skip, you know, shit like that. It's just one less thing to, you know, keep my eyes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One less thing to lose on tour is that, well, I don't have picks.
It makes for a very unique sound too.
It
Like,
does.
There's a big difference I can tell playing with him than what anybody else we've had.
Of
Also, we
course.
just tracked our first record with him playing bass, and
Oh wow.
the way that sound sits with what we do, it's just like it makes for a kind of a special sound versus like just, I mean, most people play with a pick and you don't really notice it until you hear it like in that really fine context, but it makes a huge difference.
Interesting.
Like that deep pocket and shackles that you were talking about yesterday,
Yeah.
dude. Fucking that whole spot, just like the bass shines so nice in there.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, especially with your style of music, it's so like that's. I was gonna ask you, Bobby, like where. First of all, like the new song dropped like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
awesome.
the day, yeah.
People are jamming it, and that outro is ridiculous. That outro
Yeah.
is fucking silly.
That's
It's
kind of
great.
the whole point.
Yeah.
We were working with Josh Schrader, and
Cool.
his whole thing when we were talking about going into this record, like months before we went in, was just like, "What do you want?" And we talked back and forth for a couple days, and by the end of it, he's just like, "So psycho music? You just want to make psycho music?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're just want it to be crazy shit and have fun." And so anytime we get to something like that, that's like, oh, like this is a breakdown or this is just some crazy shit. It's just like, okay, how can we make it just like more stupid? Like the more it makes us laugh, the
Yeah.
more we're just like, that's what we're doing.
That's great.
So, yeah, the whole song we were just like, on a grid you can slow things down and speed them up and all that. We just kept making it slower and slower and slower and slower until we were like, how slow can you possibly go? And I think my DAW, the lowest it lets us go is like 20 beats per minute. So like that whole ending is just like as low as it could possibly go on the computer for the sake of tracking.
Just for the sake of trying it, like
yeah,
let's just
and
see
it
what
ended up
happens.
being just stupid. So
I think when you make music that makes people laugh, it's nice. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about doing the same thing. And let's make people laugh when it's so like just
So
silly.
ignorant, they hear it and they're like, all
Like,
they can
wow.
feel is just laughter right away. It's like, oh, okay, they did it.
I'm also like Bobby, like the patterns and the speed of your kicks and the beat. I'm like, what is this guy doing? What is he? He's a psycho.
yeah,
How do you come up with those beats and those patterns?
I don't know. I just used a lot of it's like visual writing because we write on a computer versus like sitting in a room.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when we're doing those breakdowns, it's just like a wall of notes. You know what I mean? So like I can slam that there and we know it's gonna sound like fucked, and then we just match all the guitars and bass to that, and you end up with this ridiculous wall of sound. So
Damn. And it's
Silly.
and now you guys like created like your own kind of unique sound because it's that style and those like really over exaggerated kicks, and plus you have Michael actually playing with his fingers.
Yeah.
I don't think I know other band that does that.
I mean,
Crown Magnetar.
yeah. There
Oh,
are,
is Grant
yeah.
on? Is Grant plays fingers?
Grant, shout out. Right here.
Yeah.
I love you. You're fucking sick. But yeah, I was going to say, Grant is also a fingerstyle player, a really, really good fingerstyle player. And, he was around when we were shooting the video for Amongst Alone Empty. And, I love shooting the shit with him, talking technique, gear, all that, because he really does know what he's doing. I actually try to emulate his power stance on stage more often than not.
Really?
It just looks hard.
He really does
just
nail
looks
it.
hard as
And see,
fuck.
that's. I mean, it's not just Grant, but like I've been doing this for long enough that I'm like, fuck it, I can grow my hair out. So I want to learn how to. I want to get the windmill thing going on. You know?
Yeah.
that'd be
working on
so
it.
hard.
Yeah, no, I mean, I used to watch videos of Behemoth actually on stage, and they're all doing it at the same time in the
looks so
same
cool.
direction. Yeah,
Smart
it's
as
just
fuck,
so
yeah.
sweet, dude. Like,
See, I miss windmilling. I chopped all my hair off and donated it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I miss windmilling. I'm growing it back out, though.
I always
it
thought that
all
was really
again.
cool.
Yeah.
If like someone would like donate, if you have healthy hair and you have like you obviously have long hair, you get donated.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a ignorant question. So they take your hair and they make wigs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's real human hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wonder, like, with the wigs, is that real human hair or is that, like, both? Is it, like...
I think it can be both, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I did it for my own personal reasons, you know what I mean? And I don't know, you know, it needed to be a certain length. I grew it to that length, and I was like, all right, see it, cut it off. And just gonna keep growing it out again, you know, if I can. But
Was the sole purpose of you growing out your hair to donate it?
It was actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Usually, like, people grow it out. I'm like, I'm sick of this stupid hair. I'm just gonna.
No,
Chop it off.
that was like the sole purpose, because I usually like rocked like a slick back haircut, and then like I grew it out to do it.
And you guys are at that shitty stage, man. Where it's like right here, like
Dude,
below.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Why do you think I've got this fucking beard on?
dude,
It looks fine on stage. I can get it wet and it actually moves. But right now, fuck no.
it's at that stage, man. It's like, man, how bad do I want long hair?
Dude, fucking my shit's bad right now.
You look terrible,
Boys
man.
looking rough.
You've been on tour for a month.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Oh my! You look 30 years old. And you've been on tour for 2 years straight.
Oh God, I need to fix this. Oh, it got me all self-conscious now.
Dude, no, you guys are all handsome. Dude, I remember like last time you were here, you were leaving. You had like this insane schedule. And like whenever I see someone's schedule, you guys were going to Asia and like.
Oh
like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah. That was soul crushing.
Yeah.
we did Australia, New Zealand, and Asia, and it was just, I think the whole time, the whole length we were out from the time we started routing Days to Chaos, and then got home from that was almost 12 weeks.
Jeez,
so it was like
man.
80, 90 days almost. It was brutal. When we were over there, I think we were there for 40 days, and we had like 28 flights in 40 days. So it was just nonstop, no sleep, just gone.
You're gearing up these awkward times, and then you're all like your fuse is short.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's hard. I mean, especially airports now too. Like most people, you will understand this. It's hard to relate to a lot of other people, but when you have like 10 bags and they're all full of extremely important shit, and having to check all that stuff in, like, it's so infuriating sometimes. And then we lost like almost all of our gear.
Yeah. That was fun.
We flew to
nightmare.
Singapore.
Yeah. Flew from New Zealand to Singapore.
Yeah, I think at some point during our layover we lost.
Scoot Airlines.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
We lost like.
What's it called? Scoot?
Yeah, Scoot.
They're literally called
Airlines.
Scoot, yeah.
Shout out to Scoot Airlines.
Yeah, we lost like $15,000 worth of shit, and we ended up getting it back in the Philippines like a week later. We gave them our whole travel schedule, and they ended up getting it to one of the places we were at. But they didn't hit us up. I had AirTags. I was using AirTags to like track it, and sometimes it would show up, sometimes it wouldn't. And it happened to show up the second to last day we were in the Philippines, and it was just like 20 miles away. And I'm like, yo, we got to go get this shit right now. And we found it. It was crazy. They would only let one person in. It was really hard to communicate with the language barrier. So I'm trying to sneak through this airport, like through their back hallways with like this little pass and my phone that has a little arrow on it. It's like telling me where to go. I felt like fucking Indiana Jones trying to find some shit. But
What'd you guys do in the meantime?
we were within Destruction, and they actually happened to use a lot of the same shit we did. So we were able to kind of work it out with them.
Great dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, they
a lot.
came through hard with that one.
Yeah.
So, hey, can we use all your gear?
Dude, they were super trusting,
Sick.
because there was one show that one of the countries their guitar player couldn't get into for just whatever reason, passport stuff. So
Jeez, man.
he let us take their whole rig for like 2 days and just let us use it. So
Yeah.
very, very grateful for that.
Didn't miss a single show.
Howie's a god.
We were freaking
Love
out
Howie.
though,
Howie,
Oh,
man.
it's
Howie's the boy.
Ripper, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was curious if the song you guys just put out. Oh, yeah, also, I heard the whole record today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you did?
Did you?
Brad told me he sent it to you.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I noticed there's a lot more, it's more space.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I remember one of my favorites, like there's like an outro to Dream Killer. I was like, I was like, man, this is sick, dude.
Yeah, he wrote a solo for that. He came in at the end
Solo.
of the
Yeah,
I was like, okay, this is nice, vibey.
Yeah.
Dude literally like just went into another room at the studio and just got stoned alone and cooked up. And then every time they would come in, like every little bit, I'd be like, "How's this?" David would be like,
It sucks.
It's okay, but like, maybe try this, or like I'm thinking like just mouth riffing to me the whole time, and I'm like, all right, cool, I got it.
mouth
Mouth riffing, yeah.
You know that episode of Aqua Teen where fucking Carl's like mouth riffing? That's like literally my life, dude. I swear.
But it worked though, and I think it's a good result for sure. Just it came out naturally, and that's it.
Yeah, we did 2 sessions in the studio. One was like a little over a month, right up to Christmas. We got done like 2 days before Christmas. And then we went back for a week, and Carl came with us when we went back just to kind of hang out, get the vibe. I didn't intend on him doing anything. He was just kind of coming to hang out and kind of get intro to how we work on things. And there were just a lot of opportunities that came up for him, and with him being there. And it's crazy to think, just when we went in, we left that studio the first time, we're like, we're happy with everything. It's good. Sounds great. Like we loved it, and then we came back, and it's ended up even being better than it was then.
Dude, so much shit changed.
Yeah, in that time we had about a month off
yeah.
between that time where we left and came back, and it's completely different in that week than what it was when we left.
Yeah, it is a cool concept how you could kind of step back and like maybe kind of like have like a reset your ear and brain.
Yeah, like a good reflection point,
That is cool because sometimes you leave and it's all done. I'm like, fuck, I wish I changed this.
See, honestly. As much as I'd hate to say it, Gitter was right.
Gitter sent us back.
Yeah.
Because we needed to do a couple more songs.
And then what were the 2 songs?
The last 2 on the record, Faces Without Names, the big chorus song, and then Malady, which is the outro song.
Nice.
And they ended up going really well together. I wrote them over Christmas in that month. I was sending shit back and forth. And then by the time we got to the studio, we were like, these songs have to be together. Like, there's just something about them that just like...
Yeah, there's like a connection between 2. Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we left.
Cool.
We left the first time like, all right, boys, record's done. We fucking did it. We're back. And then we're all told from Gitter, like, we have to go, back up to Michigan. And we're like, what the shit are we going to do, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time we were done with round 2, we're like, all right, what are we cutting so these 2 songs can be on the record?
Right.
So, Dave's right, Bob's right, Gitter was right.
Sometimes it happens. And
going back was probably the best thing we did for the album because Faces Without Names has one of the bounciest choruses. I really think that's going to end up being catchy, and Malady is maybe my favorite song to play on the album now.
Really?
Very Humanity's Last Breath inspired, and I'm a big fan of Thal. So, yeah, really, really happy with how those 2 turned out. Yeah,
it's funny with that band. There's just so many bands. It's like it ends up being accidentally inspired by like.
Yeah, I guarantee it wasn't on purpose.
No, no, it's just an interesting thing, like how those kind of just come out like that. Like, but yeah, that's. Faces ended up being my favorite song, so
it's cool.
Good on Gitter.
Yeah, sometimes they're right, and sometimes as humans, like we need to be pushed.
Yeah, I was over Christmas. I was so like I wasn't upset with people. I was just upset. I'm like, man, like we just put a whole record together pretty much from scratch in a month. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I don't know where my brain's gonna go. It might sound like something completely different because I'm out of the studio now, and. It was sick. I sent shit to Dave, and I was like, I don't like this. And he was like, I really like it. And I'm like, all right, we're going to go with it. Yeah, and by the end of it, it was great. So.
He sent me a Malady, and I was like, bro, that chorus is going to fuck so hard. And he was like, you think? And I'm like, bro, hold up. And I started fucking adding some fucking layers to it. And I'm like, listen to this. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right, hold on, let me cook. And I'm like, all right. He sends me it back. I'm like, see, this is going to be a single. Watch. It's going to be. And then it's the last one that we release. Well, one of the last ones. I forget.
Yeah.
It's the third one, or is it the fourth one? I forget.
I thought I think it's the third one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We have too much shit going
Eventually,
on.
it's coming out right now.
Weed goes crazy like that.
Yeah. No, I'm so high. You know what's coming out right now? Fuck it.
I wish. I just
big red button. Just fuck it. Surprise drop.
Sonya would show up. What you thinking?
When's the record going to drop?
July 26th.
July 26th.
Yes. It hasn't been announced yet. So
Sick.
so we'll see.
Yeah.
Depending on when this comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going out tonight.
Yeah.
You're all fucked.
You're like, you heard it first.
Heard it first, you sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, my understanding is this episode's going to be released right around.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Me
but
either.
not for a while. So not until
Whenever.
at least
So
the
whether-
album's
Maybe never.
released.
Yeah.
You never
It's off
know.
the rails.
But
This is only for us.
there's the reason I'm asking is just because Bob said the release date, so I'm like, okay, another cool tidbit of info. People don't realize that the single we released 3 weeks ago, that's the title track.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, because we haven't
Oh,
announced
really?
the record yet. but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
actually
like a
coming.
little Easter egg that's like right in your face. It's like, this is the title of the new record, and you just don't even know.
Yeah,
know what
Lambgoat
I
even
mean?
got it wrong, and I couldn't correct them. They said "Signs of the Storm" drops new standalone single, and I'm just kind of sitting here like, "Are you sure about that?"
You guys sit back and just let that happen. So,
Yeah.
what is? I was going to ask you guys, what is amongst the low and empty mean?
It's all Dave's concept.
It's about dwelling amongst low and empty people and surviving. I reference this from like some low points that I had in my upbringing. Really don't want to dive too deep into that right now. But I wanted to express that pain can forge you into something good. And being around all like shitty things and shitty circumstances that you have no control over, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to express that it, like even being around shitty people, fucking you can still be good. You know what I mean?
And that's a great concept. I feel that way. Like there's bad moments in your life, or like low moments that you have, or being around certain kind of people that might be shitty, or but it makes you want to be a better person. Like you kind of have like these like two roads. It's like this makes you want to be. I just want to be like a decent person.
Yeah.
And then great comes from it. It's like, especially when we're talking about like any kind of art or any kind of like anything. Like I said, kind of like I always had this conversation with my lady. Like those like painful moments are kind of like it's what fuels, or any kind of darkness kind of fuels.
Yeah.
That like
I feel
like
like
stuff.
art. I feel like that art needs some darkness to it to shine. You know what I mean? Truly.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lyric from a song on our last record, and we thought it was so cool. And I was like, that's a great record title. Like, well, it was worded a little bit differently, but I was like, that would be a great record title. And so we kind of took that theme and was just like, every song we were thinking about, like, whether it's the riffs or the whatever, or the instruments and the vocals, like, does that feel like dark and low and empty? You know what I mean? Like, this music gives you that feeling, and just like there's all these parts where the music and the vocals like lyrically line up with what's happening. So it's kind of like he's referencing almost sounds that are being made musically, but with what he's singing about. So like parts that repeat, you have like all that shit like closer and closer, with all these sounds getting closer and closer. Like
Oh yeah,
all
that's
these
cool.
I'm trying to think of the big one, but like low and empty. I mean, there's all these effects we put in the record and the songs where it sounds like the song's kind of like the life's being sucked out of everything.
That's sick.
Like these explosion sounds and stuff. They're like
That's
or
fucking
like those
sick.
record stopping kind of sounds where it sounds like everything's dying out. It's like all of that kind of references that feeling of like low and empty. You know what I mean? Like
great.
try to make it feel like you're being sucked into this thing. And then the cover art was the idea too. So it's all just like you're being sucked into this fucking
Yeah.
this like
abyss.
pit. Yeah. So
I think-
hopefully people could get that vibe, but that's what we felt about it. So it was just cool to like see that all happen, piece by piece.
That's great. Like you really, took like, human emotion and made it to a sound, which is really hard to do, but that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
And then you make like a concept around it.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard
It
to do it
is.
when you think about it. It happens the best when you don't think
Of
about
course,
it.
of course.
That's what's cool.
And
Yeah.
like it's done, you're like, oh shit, this is what, this is what it means. I was gonna ask you guys something. I might. Is that thing ready?
What thing? The bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
Let's
get it
go.
ready. Let's go, baby.
He's ready.
I'm not ready, but that's why I'm gonna do it.
Garza said he wanted more smoke, so
drifting
more
the
smoke he
arc,
gets.
so-
Something I noticed about life: you are never ready, and you just got to do it.
Literally, you got a raw dog life sometimes, man.
Oh my
So
god.
gotta ask, how was Chaos and Carnage this year?
Dude, it was fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
It kind of started off rocky, but the tour ended on such a high note.
Hell yeah.
Because,
Hell yeah.
let's see.
All the content I was seeing looked great, dude. Fucking, it looked like everybody was having a fucking blast.
Yeah, man. I missed that tour.
Right.
we didn't get to see it because we were on the road, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick.
Thanks.
Yeah, nothing against long or short at all. I fucking love those guys. But, last year, when people talk, I know and I listen. So when he's like, oh, that tour did well because of that band. So we kind of had to do it again.
Oh, I feel you.
So it's like, well, all right, fuck you guys. We're going to do it again and draw more people.
Yeah. No,
It's kind of, it's like Jimi Hendrix said, you got to constantly just remind people. It's kind of remind me and remind. And there's some shows where obviously like the package we did last year was really good. Like last year, Atlanta was sick last year, and then this year not as many people showed up. But then it's like California shows, way more people showed up, and dude, it was fucking badass, man. And if the guys are stoked, if my guys are stoked, like the band and the fans are stoked, that's what gets me pumped up. And
Oh, yeah, dude.
it was sick.
Just had to show everyone who the OGs are.
He's like, I'm old. I'm not that old, And by that, I mean I'm old.
No, I feel that though. We have these shows where we're like, we come off stage and we're like, man, like that was kind of ass or whatever. But the crowd is having fun all the time, and so it's like that's cool. That's
Makes
what
up
matters.
for it.
That's literally everything, dude. Like,
What venue is that right there? Do you remember?
This is House of Blues, Anaheim. This
I knew it looked familiar.
This
I
was-
loved that place last year.
was the
I'm
last
sad
show.
we're not hitting it this time.
I'm really bummed, honestly. Make up for House of Blues Chicago.
Dude.
The show was great. It sold
Oh,
out.
yeah,
The
it
crowd
was
was
a wonderful
beautiful.
show.
It's
Staff was
just
great.
we were had van troubles. We were 2 hours late.
No.
I think we got food poisoning too.
Dude.
Also,
Too much shit.
that shit is the worst.
But as far
man.
as a set and a show, it was a really cool experience. And the House of Blues Chicago was a beautiful venue. But yeah, by the end of that night, we were all just shot.
Get us out of Chicago.
Oh shit.
There's always one dude in a banana suit.
Yo, somebody was in a banana suit yesterday.
Yeah,
Someone was in a
really?
banana suit yesterday.
Yeah.
Someone was in a banana suit.
Brian from Entheos had a banana suit on at their hometown show. He's crowd surfing.
Someone else in Seattle had one, I think.
It might have been him too. What if all these are just Brian?
Oh my god.
Okay, so are people showing up in costumes, or do they have it in like a bag? I mean,
No, I see people show up in them.
There's this
Okay.
kid Justin. Well, not a kid. He's probably as old as us. There's this
Yeah.
dude Justin. He has a
Jesus.
twin. Yeah, he has a twin brother. He's like famous as like Metal Jesus. He goes to all the shows with Metal Jesus because he just has that face.
where was this?
He comes all around. I'm pretty sure we always see him in like St. Louis,
Or,
like,
like,
the
Chicago.
Midwest.
Yeah,
He's
it's
come.
like-
I mean, he's come down to like more south than that. I'm sure,
I
but
think I've seen them at the WC in Chicago like twice, but yeah, I mean it's a bit of a hike for them. They don't normally make it if it's like
yeah, but we see them everywhere, and he's always. And then I think he has like an Instagram now that's like dedicated to him or
Sick.
something. So, yeah.
And this is not the weed talking, but I've seen Jesus twice on his past tour. One was Chicago.
It was probably him.
It was probably him,
Yeah.
dude.
It might have been him.
It might have been.
He's got the white robe.
Yeah,
and
he
the
had
red
the
sash,
robe, he had the
dude.
robe and the mustache and the long hair.
Dude, that's,
Like,
that's him.
looks just like
That's him.
Jim.
Oh, shout out,
the guy
dude.
who played him in way back, Jim Caviezel or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
No one ever. Okay, well I guess I'm the only one whose mom watched Jesus movies growing up, like actual like not Passion of the Christ, but similar to that. You know, always talking about the Last Supper and the crucifixion and shit.
Did you grow up in
I was raised Catholic.
Oh.
Catholic?
Is that him?
There he is.
Yeah. Oh, he did play him in Passion of the Christ. Okay, but yeah,
What a brutal movie. That
Yeah.
movie.
Tough.
Have you seen that movie?
Yes, tough as well. I was, I was raised Catholic. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a child. Even my parents were like, "This is too much." But eventually, I went back and saw it. But yeah, was raised Catholic. Obviously, not practicing any sort of religion now. But you
Sure.
know, it's just it's just the environment I was in. So I was around like a lot of events in the Catholic Church. There are sacraments, First Communion, confirmation, baptisms. I got a lot of cousins, so they were coming to my events. We had to go to all of their events. So yeah, around the Catholic Church a lot. Very familiar with the imagery of Jesus and all that.
Dude, my parents were pretty lax, but a funny story. I kind of had the same thing at one point, and all of my sick band merch, including a Suicide Silence shirt, got burned because I wasn't allowed to have it. So, and now I'm sitting here with you, so that's fucking hilarious.
Wait, so someone in your family burned your band T-shirts?
They thought it was all satanic shit.
Damn.
How old are you?
Then middle school, high school, maybe.
Burn the band T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a brutal picture.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck.
That actually happened.
That shit scared me when I saw that shit back in the day.
Yeah, it's tough as
Damn,
nails.
okay.
Oh my goodness. My parents never burnt my band T-shirts. That would devastate me.
I was bummed. It was brutal.
That's
Probably
that's
a lot
money
of,
too.
Yeah, OG shit
What
now.
the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, not even
Avenged
that, dude.
Sevenfold
Like,
shit, Slipknot.
I'm not trying to be like super deep, but like that's kind of like it was a sense of identity, and they just kind of burned that. So I'm sorry you went through that. That's super shitty. I never knew that.
Now I think it's silly, but I as a kid, I think it's
Not the
fucked
Suicide
up.
Silence shirt.
No.
What am I gonna wear on Fridays for pizza day?
You needed, you needed 5 band shirts. So like, I'm gonna wear this on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear this to school on Tuesday.
Yep.
Dude, I had
You
a
know?
mud vein, like a gray mud vein long sleeve, which is why I thought that was so sick.
Sick.
And I'd wear that shit like 3-4 days a week.
Dude, that's sick.
I just put other shirts on over it, and then have the sleeves.
That's
Keep wearing
dope.
it.
Did you guys ever do like the thing where I forgot the name of them, but they're like those felt belts, and you let the end hang.
Dude.
Oh,
Yeah. Middle school.
Yeah.
Jay, pull up those belts, dude.
Fabric
Pull
belts.
them up.
Pull
Fabric belts.
Yeah, they're like some kind of fabric, right? And they came in
Yeah.
different colors. And
Yeah,
and the
I
belt,
always had the dark green one.
Dude,
Like
yeah.
this.
The loop.
There it is.
and then the buckle, you could choose a letter that people you either choose their first
my
name
God.
or their last name. Remember that?
Dude, my
See,
two best
mine
friends
were,
used
like,
to
just
give me
the
shit.
double, like the double clamps. You know what I'm talking about? You had a fish hook them through. And
Yeah.
You just like let it hang from there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's taking me back, man.
Oh, excuse me.
No, I never wore those as a kid.
I should have never ate canes
God,
for
what a
breakfast.
loser.
Kids for breakfast.
What you wear?
8:30 a.m.
Well, see, I was in middle school. I didn't really have any fucking sense of fashion. You know what I mean? So I wasn't wearing a belt. My parents weren't like sagging or nothing like that. I was wearing an appropriate sized pair of pants. I just didn't start adding a belt to my outfits until maybe high school when I started to really care about how I dressed and looked.
Jesus. The camo, though.
Oh man.
See, that's what I did. That's literally what I did in
that's-
junior high school. I had a long chain wallet.
With the little metal.
That's
Yeah, the
so
chain
hard.
wallet. Yeah,
Dude, I used to
yeah.
think chain walls were cool as fuck. Yeah.
Dude, I gotta bring back the chain wallet.
Dude.
It's hard, dude. There's
It is.
nothing wrong with that.
Suicide Sounds chain wallets. Bring it back.
Nothing screams I
Sick.
listen to
Dude.
Deftones like that fucking that outfit.
So true.
You'll see that
That's
guy
sick.
turnstile.
Dude, that's so cool. Just like that. You wear Dickies and let the belt hang. I had a G, and my belt would match the color of whatever new metal shirt I was wearing.
Hell yeah.
So if I was like a Slipknot shirt, it would be a red belt. If it was a Corn shirt, it would be like a tan. Like because I had like this Paulo Leader shirt in like 8th grade, I was really proud of. Just like that tan one right there. That's fucking sick, dude.
Throwback.
Wait, who hit this
Throwback.
last?
I don't know. I've been
Me.
waiting
What's
for
going
it.
on?
Oh, you. Oh,
Yeah, you're-
shit.
yeah, you're ner-
I'm sorry. Damn.
Shouldn't have smoked that shit.
He's
I'm on a
parked on the
Garza
grass.
podcast.
Yeah,
all right.
It's funny that you guys brought up Catholic. I was raised Catholic, but yeah, you just got like, I'm pretty lucky my parents allowed me to like, I guess you'd say walk away from it, you know? And I haven't been to church since. Unless it was
Yeah,
a
me
show.
neither. Oh yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, all the best venues are church venues.
Right.
It's kind of funny how that works. Preserving Underground. You guys played that on Cassese and Carnage this year, didn't you? Preserving the
Yes.
new room. How was that?
It's pretty sick. It's a cool room. Their concept is new. Like they literally attach the record store to it's in the venue.
See, they used to have a smaller venue downstairs.
I heard.
Yeah, and then like the record store was attached upstairs, and dude, fucking, it's done so much for our local community and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the very first
Yeah.
show they ever threw was that Body Snatcher headliner, and it sold out. We were there. It was nuts, dude.
We're super lucky to practice there before we do tours, so that's like our
You guys
spot.
practice?
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
AJ, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking,
so
you're
we-
the
Shout out
best.
Preserving. We love
Yeah,
you.
we would practice in the basement for a couple of years. We practiced in the basement because the way we work is like we just get together before tours. We don't really practice like weekly, month by month, or anything. So
Yeah.
we just kind of trust everybody to do their shit, and then we just show up and make sure everybody's doing it. So
That's cool.
So it's a lot more cost effective for us to just book a place when we need to practice, and hooks it up So we actually got to practice on that stage like a day before the Body Center show. Like they were still plugging shit in, building the riser when we showed up.
Day of.
Yeah, when we're hanging out and like so it was nice for us to kind of like see that happen over all these years, and then also good for them because they got to test their fucking shit out, you know, before the show, which is cool.
That's
it's a win-win.
sick.
So that's the spot. That's the spot. For
Didn't the person that's running that, he was in a previous band, correct?
He's in a couple bands. He's in Face Wreck, which is like it's it's not necessarily meant to be funny, but it's just like
I think I
it's
am
so
officially
insane
high.
that it's funny.
I'll skip to the next round.
He like wears rollerblades on stage and just goes hard as fuck.
Oh, that's scary.
But
Dude, for real, break your ankles on that one.
Dude.
he's been in and out of bands, but that's like his
Yeah,
most
I'm trying to
notable.
think of the. I'm trying to think. I'm spacing on it
But
so
he's
hard.
been running shit since I was a kid. Like
Right.
him and this one other dude were the guys that I knew booking shows in the city. And I live like an hour out of the city, so for me it was like I'm very thankful to those people for doing that. And then he's still doing it. I mean, that was 12 years ago since I met those dudes. So
Damn. Yeah, your community kind of needs like a really cool venue. That's not like how do you say it? It's not like official.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a House of Blues. There's this place, Stage AE or it's,
Stage AE.
It's like a really
Yeah.
big venue.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
it's like, and you kind of need like that in between that really gets like the like.
Stage E is kind of like the goal venue. Like we all grew up going to
Yeah.
that. That's like all the big ass shows.
Yeah,
go
like
there.
that's
Yeah.
like where you go see Meshuggah. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I saw Meshuggah there. Actually, I went to my first ever real metal concert there. It was Gojira and Mastodon. Ironically, since they're
Yeah.
both on tour right now with each other.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Which there's an inside and outside, right?
Yeah, the stage actually.
Oh, yeah.
My understanding is that the stage actually rotates.
Yeah, so behind it is the outside. It's just a big ass bay door. But
This person, whoever created this, must have been high. You know what? I'm gonna make a venue. It's gonna be attached. There's gonna be one stage, but outside is behind the stage, and that's a pretty cool concept, man. You gotta.
Gets the job done.
That's a very creative brain, right there.
yeah, there's not a lot of in between spots now.
It's
in
hard.
Pittsburgh.
It's
So
like
they're-
preserving. There's the Roxy and Stage AE.
Yeah, which
Mr.
even that's
Smalls.
I mean Roxanne gets up there as far as capacity. So I think also he's just doing everything right, like the way they treat people, the way they treat their staff,
important.
which in turn the way that their staff treats you as a musician and the
important.
crowd, and it's awesome. It's very much built on respect, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
like trust. It's not like fucking weird shady venue shit as it can be sometimes, you know. So
Yeah.
it's just good. He's doing a good thing.
Yeah, it's great. Like, when someone's nice to you, especially from a venue, it stays with you forever.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
just, it's like, oh man, that venue is sick. That person was nice to me, and it's funny how that just stays with you.
And those
Showbox in
shows are always
Seattle.
the best. Those shows are always the best, dude. Like, because you know going into it, it's going to be a good day. You show up with a good attitude. Everyone's got a good attitude. And then the crowd's great because they want to be there. And
Or you have the shows where you have like the really horrible sound guy or really bad person, and that shit stays with you forever
Yeah.
too. You're like, oh, Jerry, the guy that does sound here he didn't plug me in last time, didn't even mic my cab up. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
You remember real quick. You don't forget that.
it could go both ways.
Either way.
If someone's nice to you, stays with you. If someone's mean to you, stays.
Always.
There's gonna be some rumors about me pulling up, about me being an asshole. I've
Oh, nice. So this is
oh
the
yeah,
museum.
that's the.
well, the record store. But he has a.
So I bought a sick shirt here.
yeah.
It was a skinless baseball tee.
Dude, they
I
have
saw it. I'm
crazy
like,
shit.
I was like, whoa! I have to buy this. Really cool concept, man. Really, it's fresh too.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other place I've seen with like the record store. Would you say it's attached or in the venue? It's like you could go. You could be.
It's in the venue, really.
Yeah,
'Cause
if you're in the biggest room there, it's technically in the venue.
Yeah,
That's
they
sick.
opened
Yeah.
they had these huge sliding doors because it was a church, and they opened that, and it just turns into the hallway, and then right across the hallway is the
The record store.
It's dope.
And I think the hardcore museum they have is downstairs still, but they had like all
I
kinds
saw
of
that.
shit down there, like Vinnie Paul drumsticks, like from back in the day, like a bunch of shit donated from Code Orange and stuff. So
That's sick.
it's cool.
I had a question. I didn't ask this last time, but that song off the last record, Death Whistle,
Yeah.
is that like the Mexican whistle?
Yeah.
the
It is, right?
Aztec,
Yeah.
That's the Aztec
Yeah.
whistle.
Yeah.
Jay, can you pull it up?
Dude, that was what we were looking at. I don't remember how that happened. But we were looking at
That thing is terrifying.
Yeah, see, like we were like trying to figure out something that was like a call to arms. You know what I mean? And we were like, what's something that's fucking terrifying in war? You know what I mean? And then we went back to some Aztec stuff.
Yeah.
And then came across the death whistle. And then we were like, yo, what if this like
we put the sound in there.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
put the noise
So
in
we
the song.
found-
Oh my god.
We got a sample of it.
Yeah,
and so
fucking that
big-
last breakdown. Boom.
I watched this video to try to find.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You're like, this is it.
Yep. we because there's different ones and they make different sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a really high pitch one that we used.
Imagine being alive during that time and hearing that.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I'm-
fucking terrifying.
The most
bro.
terrifying thing you could even. Oh my goodness, dude.
But it's honestly like
That's crazy.
thinking about it, it's entirely possible that we sampled this video and fucking tuned the pitch up, and that's what's in the song. Like,
Yeah, truly.
like 'cause I don't remember where it comes from.
There is a variable where that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just listened to the reference of what we used.
Yeah, that might be the video that I
Sick.
took that from and then just pitched it.
Well, that's sick.
Yeah, because I remember getting I can like visualize the sample on my computer. I have no idea where I got it from, but I remember that video.
Yeah, because you could adjust the pitch. You
Yeah,
could make
yeah.
me a
So
little
it's
lower,
super
higher.
high pitch and then just like a bunch of reverb, so it sounds like this huge wall of people screaming.
Whoa.
It's terrifying.
You could put it in a stereo and.
Yeah, you'll hear it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it cuts through the PA like crazy. It's
Am
just
I
this, like,
am I going to war right now? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh shit,
And
dude.
people be like beating the shit out of each other to that shit
Yeah,
too. You
it's
know what I
hard as
mean? It's
fuck.
so sick.
Very fitting.
I mean, that is something that music does. It's like this. You're just awakening. It's like fucking primal thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Truly.
And how? What's more primal than that death whistle, dude?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And big boomy drums.
Yeah, right.
I love that shit.
Yes, especially now with with the. You guys have maintained like the crazy factor, especially with the drums. To me, the drums just stick out. It's like, man, what is Bobby on right now? And then but yeah, there's still an appropriate amount of space. It's badass because that's what makes people move. You know,
Yeah.
that like trying to get that like dynamic.
Yeah, we write music guitar first for the most part, unless we have like a sample idea or something. But it's usually just like guitar in hand, riff, and then drums, and then so we try to leave a lot of room for Dave because he's got a very unique voice.
Yes.
and so we try to give him.
My goodness, dude.
Yeah, we try to give him a lot of room to just spit and have fun. So
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you might psych yourself out. You're like, is this too much space?
yeah,
Shit.
See,
I do that,
honestly,
yeah.
fucking, there be times where I'm like, man, I'm not doing enough. Oh man, is that too much space? I'd be
course.
shitting. I'd be
suck.
overthinking it too much. Yeah, dude.
I'm
Fucking.
gonna quit the band.
Oh yeah. Oh nah.
no,
no.
this is it. No one's allowed to leave ever.
Oh my goodness.
I got fucking contracts now.
Oh my goodness. You guys that don't have those thoughts or feelings?
What about
No.
quitting? Oh, no, I mean never really quitting. Like I think
I'm
about a time where
There's
we're
been
all
times
older.
where I'm like, fuck off. We're not talking for a month after. You know what I mean? Like after we just did the 12 weeks, it's like you look at each other and you're like, respectfully, we're not talking to each other for a week, right?
yeah.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's like those like moments, you know what I mean? But never.
Well, it's just
quit.
it's healthy too. I mean,
Yeah.
you really don't spend. I mean, even like being like wifed up pretty much, you don't spend that much time with anybody.
Right.
So when we spend
True.
this much time together, it's nice to have some time to step away.
Yeah, but never quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Deathcore till death, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I do think about a time where I'm too
Yes.
old to play like that fast, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm like, well, I'll just fucking sit there. and-
Robotic
Yeah,
arms
no
or
kick-
something, bro.
AI drummer.
No kicks, just rocking it out.
Oh my goodness,
Or
dude.
you could switch to playing quiet Riot style beats. Then we could actually make some real fucking money.
That'd be sick.
feel the noise.
We call that the money beat too. Anytime we put that shit in a
Yeah.
song, we're like, oh, we're trying to make some fucking money today.
Trying to make some real money, bitch.
I'm trying to get out that top ramen, dude. Top ramen deathcore.
Now we can actually sit down and order the ramen.
Deathcore ramen, dude. Come on.
Ramen, I'm at like 50 cent
hell yeah.
fucking oatmeal right now.
Who is this right now?
You're like, I want
Oatmeal
50
too, dude.
cent
Oh,
oatmeal
there it is.
too.
I've been making
I just said
oatmeal
every
every
night. I
night.
should have known that.
Dude, come on, feel the noise. You can't fuck with that beat, dude. Come on.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Dude, imagine
covered?
dressing like that now.
The rock version, I just learned this the other day. The rock version of Come On Feel the Noise is a cover.
I did not know that. Jay, what?
All I saw was
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
It'll work.
Yeah, so
Come on, the nod. Oh, come on,
so
feel the noise.
who is it then?
come on, nah.
I don't
They almost
remember.
said
I don't
Noize,
remember
yeah.
the.
Oh wait,
yeah.
is it really CUM?
Yeah, it is actually spelled.
Oh wow.
Like
Okay.
come.
I didn't know that either.
But see, but it doesn't count because they spell noise with a Z. So they're cool.
Oh.
But yeah, this is. I think it was a folkier, song originally. Definitely not quite right. But yeah,
Slade.
I didn't know that until like maybe a week ago either.
So are they? So they're. Wait. So what kind of music is Slade?
Definitely more classic. I honestly,
Classic
I
Slade.
just listened to the chorus to be like, is this actually a cover? But
Oh shit.
yeah,
All right, let's go.
English rock from the '70s. So you can imagine like.
Love your vape.
I'll take it quick so we don't get flagged.
What's going on over here?
This is sick. All right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's-
I get.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice
th- oh,
beard.
they, but
Yo.
they have style though. We
That's
got
a look.
we got top hats.
All right, we gotta get top hats, boys.
Is there a deathcore band that has top hats on? No.
Nope, not yet.
So all right. So Michael, you're already playing bass with your fingers. It's time to bring on the top hat.
Time to bust out the top hat,
Yeah.
playing a
God,
fucking
top
tux, just
hat,
like
Mike.
all just like way up here, like a very classical, respectable bass player, just like. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god.
Hey Jay, look up when this version of the song came out. I'm guessing
Actually, that's the Wikipedia right there with the image.
Wiki.
Wiki.
It's right. We passed it. It's fine. Oh, there you go.
1973.
73.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
that-
I learned something today. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
dude. Music in the '60s and in the early '70s. Holy moly, Slade.
Whole nother level.
10 years later, Quiet Riot. There you go.
10 years isn't a lot of time to fucking pass.
I was just thinking that too.
10 years?
Yeah.
Huh. I was just thinking yesterday when we confirmed we're all going to hang out. I'm like, damn, like those 7 months. It was 8 months ago. Like that shit flew by.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I was like, that was not 8 months ago.
Yeah, we were talking about doing the Garza podcast, a couple days ago, and I was like, again? Already?
It's been 8
Oh,
months.
fuck. It's been since
Long
Upon
time.
a Burning Body. That was, we were here in
That was
August.
our last tour. I can't believe we did so much touring. We did a year straight of touring that by the time we got done, so it's almost been that same amount of time now that we weren't on tour. It's like crazy how fast it goes. I mean, fuck. It's been almost 2 years since we started hitting the road again hard together. It's nuts, man.
Truly.
It just goes.
It's great to like be around you guys. You guys seem like you have you guys have level heads, which is it's always like people going to go crazy, people going to think about quitting. It's why I asked you. I just like asking this question. We're all different. I thought about quitting the band 20 times last week, but yeah, it's just normal. It's normal fucking thoughts. Sadness, happiness, stoked, bummed out. But you guys are fucking all pumped, man.
Excuse me.
It's cool. It's a cool to see, and it's also it's also a pleasure to meet you, Carl. And you seem
Dude, of course.
you really fit in the band very, very well.
Thank you, man.
I watch some videos. I don't go into this thing blind. I'm like, oh, it feels like they have a good time. Like you already have the synergy,
Hive mind, baby.
Hive mind.
We're all in it. We feel it. We do it.
Yeah,
But no,
it's
it's
crazy.
very appreciated, man. It was great to meet you as well.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
Honored.
for having me here and having us here, of course.
Yeah, anytime, man. I mean, I literally cannot believe that was 7 months ago. By the time this comes out, probably be looking in like the 10-month range.
Right.
It's hard to pause time. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Truly.
We've been trying to get married
I
for
know,
so
dude.
long.
Really?
We've been trying to get married we've both been individually trying to get married.
I mean, I'm
trying to
it's all
work
good, man.
work around all the touring and the
Dude.
studio and everything. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot to fucking figure out. So
Okay, so are you guys married yet?
No, I get
No.
married in September.
yeah, and we're planning for October. So we just both happen to have a month off of
Mm-hmm.
touring. So we're like, I mean, that's the time I wanted to get married, anyways. Thankfully,
Okay.
but yeah, it's crazy. We were just like, all right, let's do this. Let's fucking just because I mean, this is our jobs, ours obviously. So we have to take
Yeah.
shit as it comes and.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Yeah,
figured it out. But,
I mean, I know like it's tough, like because you had a tough time scheduling like your weddings. But I mean, if it was me, I'm saying I want to schedule September, October. Those are potential touring months.
well, yeah. So we already
Oh.
have stuff booked out for that time. So
Yeah.
so that's what we're working.
See,
into
luckily,
Oh,
the
I
band
got
that
it.
we got with, they were like, we like will move our tour a little bit to accommodate your guys' weddings.
yeah,
And
that's
it
pretty cool.
was really cool that they did that for us.
That's great.
I'm not sure if like I could say who it is because of the timeline of this
Sure.
being
Yeah,
released
yeah.
and stuff, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you about it later.
Sick.
But yeah, I'm really appreciative that they did that though, so we could like actually hit that timeline. You know what I mean? Get in a good fall season tour.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're luckily we didn't have to miss out on any opportunities
Right.
either way. you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just great.
You guys are getting married.
Right,
Crazy.
dude?
I mean, now I've known him for a long time, but we've been in this band now for like 5, maybe 6 years
Yeah.
together. So yeah, I mean, from then to now, it's crazy. I've
Right.
been with my fiance for like 12 years.
12
finally
years?
Getting married, so.
Whoa.
Yeah,
What,
but I've been touring the whole time since we got together, so it's been like just work, you know.
what was the year that you're like, okay, like I want to marry this person?
Honestly, I knew this is super cheesy. I knew immediately I wanted to marry.
Great.
But
That's sick.
I put all my time and energy into this that I can. You know, we all
Yeah.
do. So it's
Yeah.
like I think the pandemic said a lot of things,
Mm.
changed a lot of things, made me realize some stuff, made me appreciate being home actually because
Sure.
I had to because I wasn't home for so long.
Yeah.
So like forced probably a lot of people. I know had a lot of problems with that. You know. Just
Could have gone
forced you
both ways.
to learn to be appreciative of what you have when everything else is fucking taken away. So,
Totally.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that time period probably made some relationships stronger, and others probably realized, oh, this is not gonna.
I mean, COVID for me. I mean, I had a child through COVID, pretty much.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I have a
Whoa.
2-year-old boy now. His name's Everett.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty much being gone from touring and not being able to play music, it was like, all right, well, I guess it's that time in life now to get it going, and it happened, and it's like it's the best thing on top of doing this. Like that's what makes this stuff more rewarding. In a job level, it's like, oh shit, I have a person at home to be there for. So doing this stuff makes it 10 times more worth it for sure.
Does that has having because I don't have a child yet. To be honest, I'm terrified in my bones.
Oh, me too, dude.
I'm terrified. I mean, do you find it helps you like get more like focused with what you're doing with the guys?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's a weird dynamic because his mother and I aren't together. Without going into crazy detail, but she's a great mom. She does everything that she can for him. And obviously doing this tour stuff kind of sucks for her because I'm gone and she just takes care of him alone pretty much. But it definitely makes like wanting to do things more make sense a little bit more. It's like we
Yeah.
just got to give it all right now. We just got to do it all. Like thinking about that guy back at home, it's like this is just it, 100% or nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not old, quote unquote, but like I can't fucking struggle and do this shit forever anymore. So it's like we just got to give it all and do it, man. So having him is definitely a fuel to the fire, but in like a good way, obviously.
Oh yeah,
Like,
great. Yeah,
it's definitely made me a different person in the past couple of years having a little dude at home, man. It's crazy.
your dad's weird, huh?
I'm a fucking dad. Yes,
weird.
it's really really weird, but
He radiates dad energy.
Yeah, truly. The dad jokes are
Just look at that
real.
shirt.
just look at what I'm wearing, dude.
It's like Carl's definitely a dad.
I am a dad, but it's sick, man. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing that I do over riffing and over everything. It's being a dad. It's like
It's cool.
top notch for sure.
When you got like the news where you're like terrified, you're like, oh no.
I was shitting my pants, man. It was the craziest thing because I was like, oh, I didn't really want to have a kid. Like, I was scared, man. It wasn't like, I met her and I was like, yeah, we're gonna have a kid, like sick. Like I never wanted one before, and Dude, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
I'm fucking dreading that news, man. But yeah, but still, like, it's cool. It's crazy how when you live your life for somebody else, there's something, I can't put words to it. You know, either like a girlfriend or a future wife or a newborn child. It just makes you more focused. Just makes you like. I think it helps you get you out of yourself.
I was just about to say, I feel like I'm still honestly stuck in that a little bit. Like, as much as like I want to live for myself and do music and do all this stuff, it's also having him in the back of my mind. I mean, not the back of my mind, but always there as like a thought. I can't live for me anymore. I can't do this. I'm like, I gotta make sure it's about him and not me anymore. So it's definitely hard to separate when you're used to that for all of your life, just about yourself pretty much. So it's for me, that's like the hardest thing, I think, is just not thinking of myself for once and being like, oh shit, you know, like I got a dude, I got to make sure he's all right, you know, forget about me for a little bit, you know. And
yeah, I always see you on the phone talking to a little dude.
Yeah, it's killing it.
Yeah.
It's a lot to balance, I'm sure. But we riff for the kids.
We are riffing for Everett, only Everett, no one else.
No, dude, it's great because especially like the life we chose, we are literally wired to be selfish as fuck.
Yep.
That's just how we're wired. So when you have an opportunity it's the other person, like, makes you kind of help rewire fucking your fucking being. It's super important. And then you might have like this. I had personally like you're like struggling, like, oh, then you realize how selfish you were. I think about that. I'm like, oh wait, I was even more selfish than I thought.
Brings you back. Actually, brings you more level-headed. You're like,
totally.
Oh, I was like that. Oh shit.
Totally,
wow.
dude.
And then you see it from an outer perspective. Yeah. And you're like, damn. Okay, let me dial that back a bit. And it's been a nice balance. Yeah. Definitely been a nice balance.
I think the word could be love. Yes. Love makes you not selfish, or at least tries to undo the wiring.
Yeah,
truly.
Well, that's something I really appreciate about our band. All these dudes are super not selfish.
That's great.
It makes our lives a lot easier. So
you guys try to like understand each other and like try to like, you know, help each other.
Well, again, I think everybody's really in this, like really in this.
I see it.
You know what I mean? So it's like, just, it's all in the greater good. You know what I mean? Everybody's really good at putting shit aside. Just fucking, we have a goal, you know? So we just keep moving.
I feel like a lot of people get lost in doing this, where it's like you start for a reason or you start for multiple reasons. And then, you know, you get a little traction or you do a couple cool things here and there. And I feel like people lose that like genuine reason why you were there in the first place.
Yeah.
And I feel like with these guys, it's just like, we're here because we want to fucking play music. It's, you know, we want to put all the bad shit that's happened in our lives and all the good shit that's happened into this thing. And it just works when we're all at that same point and we're all feeling the same exact way about it. It's not like, it's just great. It's just genuine is what it feels like for
you know
magic,
what it is.
man.
When you're on stage and you look at each other and you get that like, this is fucking tight.
You're like,
and then you're just like back at
doing
it.
Yeah. I'm on stage screaming fucking skew at the top of my lungs to my boys. I'm like, yo!
Holy shit, we're fucking playing a show.
Let's go!
Remember being kids in our room alone, jacking off. Now we made it, boys.
We are here.
We made it. We made it.
Shouldn't have smoked that. Now I'm at Garza's fucking studio space. Fuck.
Okay, so just to remind people, when's the record gonna drop?
July 26th of 2023.
Yep, Amongst the Low and Empty.
Amongst the Low and Empty.
Century Media Records.
Great title, man.
Yeah.
You guys are.
So what track did you like the most on the whole thing?
It was I put it on here. That outro to Dream Killer.
Oh yeah, that was your favorite part.
I was like, all right, I got to get it another listen though.
Hell yeah,
because it was like a put it on front to back. We were just talking earlier, like fuck, like I feel like such a dick. Like I'm always telling people to listen to records, but I don't listen to records like a fucking hypocrite.
It's funny that song starts out as like one of our most crazy songs in the first like minute, then it ends up being that like totally different.
You gotta put it on front to back, man.
Yeah.
I just put on a Dave Matthews record front to back last week. I was losing my mind, like crying in my car. It was like, it just takes you on this journey. One? There's a record called Every Day. It's not a hit record.
I don't know Every Day.
But this is when they dropped Tuna B.
I do love that band. Being a drummer growing up, like in band and shit, like I had to learn a lot about Dave Matthews.
That record, dude, is heavy, man.
He gets
Dave
so
Matthews
much
band every day.
Gotta check it out.
Carter Buford, drummer.
Yeah, shout out,
Fucked.
dude.
Yeah.
So you being like I guess you could say like a drummer in our genre. Like what? I mean, like what do you hear when you hear their drumming?
Oh my God, everything. It's like, well, dude. I could do this all day.
Let's
drums,
go,
bro. Like it's such like especially in that kind of music, it's such a cathartic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not about playing the fucking what you're playing; it's about the feeling of it. And this just has such a feeling. The way he uses all of the colors in his instrument to like not just play drums, but like give a emotion.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
That's great. It's really hard to do that in death metal. There's some people that are really good at it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very hard to do versus like this. I mean, not that it's any easier, but oh my God, this GoPro video from fucking 2010.
He's ripping right now.
Yeah, I can hear what he's playing in my head right now because I've seen this video so much.
Carter Buford, man, wow.
Yeah, it just rips.
Holy
Incredible.
shit,
Dude. And this kit sounds fucking immaculate. Oh, is that snare? Got like a legendary snare. Wow. Yeah, he was in all the magazines when I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
man.
kind of like, it might have been a little past his era, but when I was in band and shit, a lot of the guys that were teaching me were like big fans of Dave Matthews and stuff, so.
Is it kind of a trip that a drummer like Carter has inspired our genre? It's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah,
if you really think about it.
And, especially in drums now, I mean, like, I'm trying to think, the first time I heard ghost notes in a metal song was like that, like more post-hardcore, like metalcore. It was always just heavy shit blast beats. You don't really get...
Yeah.
That was like a mostly pop music or country music. You hear the little snare rolls. So
Yeah.
it's interesting how that stuff has carried into... And also a lot of like the most famous drum grooves, like you got Rosanna and all that shit from Toto. Every drummer has to like learns that shit. Like if you get picked on if you can't play that drummer. It's like a guitar player, like you get fucked with if you can't play. Like, play Freebird or play
Sure.
Like, it's that same kind of thing, right? So,
Dude, shout out, dude. He says, wow, what amazing.
Killed
They're gonna play here in August, and I gotta drop that cash and see him.
Dude, you know who I'm ready to drop bands for? Dethklok.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was so jacked when I saw that they announced a tour.
It's great.
It hits Pittsburgh when we're off tour.
Oh, it's magic.
And they're dropping they're finally finishing the series. They're finally finishing, all of this. Like, and
Shout
Baby
out
Metal,
Brooklyn
Dethklok
Vegan.
and Baby Metal.
It's a good lineup. It's sick as
with
fuck, dude.
Jason Richardson's opening it.
Oh, awesome.
Fuck.
It's super sweet. So,
That's sweet.
I appreciate and respect Baby Metal, but I'm going for Dethklok.
dude, honestly, I can get down to Baby Metal.
I can get down to.
I'll be in the pit like doing laps to fucking.
Oh yeah, there's this one video of man, I forget, but it was them playing this one song. Forget the title, but it just went nuts, dude.
Dude, they
like
got some good shit.
the main riff to Karate banger. I really like that one. It's like sped up Crowbar.
How far is that?
That's a great analogy.
They've had a crazy history of having really great.
How far is the
musicians, and they
venue
have
from
great-
here?
It's 5 miles away.
5 miles away.
Yeah, this is like the most convenient. Oh yeah, we got to get you guys out of here. I'm sorry.
No, I just realized what time it was. It's 1:45.
Oh shit!
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get you guys out of here. I'm sorry. We started talking about Dave Matthews and love and
We went going.
love and death metal. That happens. Well, yeah. Again, the new record is out.
July 26th.
Boom,
July
boom.
26th.
Boom, boom. Amongst the Low and Empty. Grip that shit. Thank you again for having us. back.
For real.
Dude, no, thank you guys for making like a dream of mine come true today. It's pretty crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, again, I hate talking about it, but like doing this thing behind the scenes has been fucking crazy. So that when like things that happen, like, oh wow, like it's like.
See, I just like coming and bullshitting with you,
That's
dude.
it.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
honestly.
Yeah.
It's easy.
This is just an
Anytime.
excuse to hang
That's
out.
right. Like truly.
This ain't even. I mean, like it's
great.
business, but this is more pleasure than business. At this
Same,
point.
fucking-
same, man. Days like today is what I'm trying to like work towards. Like where we just do it, just have fun, boom, it's out.
Boom.
You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. Like it's a great time. It like Last time we came through, I had a blast. Today, I had a fucking great time.
So that's fucking crazy, man. Thank you guys for being here. All right, everyone. Oh yeah, and where people find you guys?
You can find us on
Am I missing anything?
everything.
So
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Twitter.
I guess.
Spotify.
signsoftheswarm.com.
Yeah, signsoftheswarm.com.
You guys have a website. Good.
Yeah, we have a landing
Yes,
page now.
good.
We didn't before. We do now. Yeah, it's in all our bios there.
Nice.
So
Click the
hit
link.
that.
Well, click that shit. All right, everyone. That's it. Thank you. Later.
All right, see you at the show, baby.
See ya.